This is what it looks like when a man is operating using 100% of his brain power at all times. It's like I'm perpetually taking that pill from Limitless. I just came back from pickup basketball, and hooey, what a performance I put on out there. That's one for the textbooks. It's really a shame that I was cursed to be 5'6", because if you take my raw athletic abilities and my pure prowess at basketball and you just scale me up, like if you slide the slider on my character creator sheet just a few inches to the right, I'm a real threat in the NBA. But regardless, I'm getting carried away. That's why I look all disheveled and shit, because I was out there going hard. I was grinding, and if you want to know what a real man smells like, take the side of your hand and rub it in between your ass cheeks like you're swiping a credit card and take a sniff, because that's what it smells like right now for me. But I'm not here to talk about basketball, though I am here to talk about something just as stinky, if not stinkier, than myself right now. The banning of books. We're going backwards. The human race is devolving. It's pretty clear we've learned nothing from history, since it continues to repeat itself, and right now, there's been a lot of books that have been banned, but one that I want to focus on today is a really, really wacky target for this. Assassination Classroom. It's a manga, and you've probably seen the anime because a few years back it was a very popular anime. And yesterday it was announced that it's been banned in at least one middle school, removed from their library, and faces potential bans in other schools throughout the district. To quote Jennifer here, the local chair of Moms for Liberty, she states, "We don't want students to think it's okay to kill their teachers." Hey pal, you just blow in from Stupid Town? This is their real reason. They think that this manga is somehow going to encourage students to kill their teachers or become school shooters or some shit. If you don't know what the plot of Assassination Classroom is, I'll break it down real quick. Basically, there's an alien, he's already fucked up the moon, and he's threatening to destroy the Earth. But he won't do it on one condition: he be allowed to teach a class. He wants to be a teacher. And all of the students in that classroom are assassins that are determined to kill the alien before the end of the school year, before he has a chance to, wreak havoc on the Earth. And it turns out the alien's an amazing teacher, and the students all take their attempts to kill him. That's fundamentally the story in a nutshell, just like really simplified. I can also 100% guarantee you, I fucking promise that the people that have banned this book and are lobbying to continue to ban this book have never read it. They probably never even opened it. They read a single paragraph plot synopsis, most likely on a fucking Reddit comment somewhere. They probably have no fucking clue what the story is even about or what goes on in it. They just immediately went into this frenzied panic and decided to just slap the ban hammer on it. And the worst part is, I'm not even surprised. Like, the caveman brain activating here and using absolutely no rational thought process to just ban this book doesn't shock me in even the slightest. And I understand school shootings have become more common than free food samples at a mall food court, but I'm gonna tell you right now, you didn't just stop school shootings by banning Assassination Classroom. I don't think there's a single human being on this planet that opened that manga and was like, I might need to kill my teacher. What if they're a fucking alien? Oh my god! Like, that's never happened in human history, and it never would. If you genuinely think your children are at risk to becoming school shooters after reading a fucking manga, there is a lot more problems at play there. You're gonna need to really step up your parental duties and really get involved in their life to ensure that they're staying on the straight and narrow. If you are actually concerned that they are going to read this and just bring in a fucking Glock to school to blast the teacher. It's a crazy thought process. Growing up, I always heard the expression, history repeats itself, or we have to study history or else we're doomed to repeat it, and I just never subscribed to that belief. I thought it was all just a bunch of baloney, a whole load of hooey. But now, I see how true that is. They legitimately are going backwards into, like, the panic in the 60s and 70s or whatever, 50s, whatever, with rock and roll, where they're like, fuck, it's the demon music, this is gonna cause everyone to go fucking loopy and start causing violence. Or with video games are causing violence, they're responsible for so much violent crime. Like, it's mind-blowing. And now we're banning manga. A manga that is about a fucking alien. We are reaching like a comical status with the shitty decisions being made with decisions like this. Now, Florida and that other school district aren't the only two places that are looking to ban this manga. Apparently, other states like Virginia and North Carolina are also up in arms about Assassination Classroom. and various other counties have reported complaints against it. So honestly, at this point, this almost feels like a marketing campaign for Assassination Classroom. It hasn't had this much buzz in years. It's gonna pop off in popularity, I imagine, as a result of all of this. But yeah, it's tragically silly. This is so fucking stupid. Using this manga as some kind of like scapegoat for school shootings, like, oh, finally, we figured it out. This is what went wrong. We've had Assassination Classroom manga in our libraries. That's what's contaminating the kids' brains and turning them into school shooters. It's this manga. We've done it. Eureka! School shootings are solved. Ban this manga and we're good. It's so fucking goofy. Like, this is gonna do nothing to help anything, and I really hope they continue down this line of logic, so, like, the next thing they start going after is, like, Romeo and Juliet, because it might encourage their kids to commit suicide, so they need to start banning every single thing of Romeo and Juliet. Like, there's just so many ways that you could explore this absolute insanity. You can extend this to everything. Like, oh, we have to ban every book because something bad happens into it that might make the kids want to do something bad. Fuck! No more books. Words are the devil. It's getting stupid. It's getting real stupid. And since we're on the topic of books, there's another thing I want to complain about real quick. A little bah humbug in here for something that's a little different but still related. I am getting sick and tired of books being rewritten to fit modern sensitivities. I don't know how many of you are aware of this, but right now there's this movement going around to rewrite classic books in order to fit modern sensitivities. So, for example, Roald Dahl is an author I'm sure many of you are familiar with. If you don't know his name, you definitely know his work, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's been getting some revisions. They've taken out a lot of content from some of them, changed some words around, like really trivial stuff, but then sometimes outright removed not insignificant moments, like completely like changed it. All because they believe that it is no longer fitting for the current climate, our modern society. So they've taken it upon themselves to just rewrite it. What fucking heroes? Just rewriting books, huh? Amazing. Surely there's nothing wrong with that. Just completely changing the author's words around. Why fucking not, I guess, huh? I think it's ridiculous. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I'm not a big book reader anymore. I've made that very clear. I don't really read a whole lot of novels or anything like that. But that doesn't mean I never did. I used to read a shitload. Up until, like, late middle school. Well, yeah, like, late middle school-ish. I used to read a lot. And, of course, I hate the idea of just changing shit because it no longer fits in modern sensitivities. Like SpongeBob. SpongeBob, for example, had 2 of its episodes just completely scrapped when it made it to Paramount+. One of them being the iconic Panty Raid episode, all because they no longer believed it was appropriate. So they gave it the old 1-2 buckle my shoe to the shadow realm with you. They fucking axed it from the service, and you can no longer watch it on, like, Paramount. It's gone. Because they thought it was inappropriate now. I think the obvious solution, instead of just banning episodes if you think that it is offensive by today's standards, is to do what has been done in the past for, like, old cartoons if there was, like, racist shit in it. In the beginning, you just make it clear, like, hey, this happened a long time ago. By those standards, it was okay, but by today's standards, it's really not. We don't support, the beliefs of it. However, we want to keep the art intact and deliver it to you as it was aired and as it was written. That is the way you handle it the correct way. Instead of just getting rid of it or rewriting it, I think that's just fucking stupid to just, pretend it doesn't exist or censor words because it's no longer fitting in today's society. It's stupid. Just make a disclaimer at the beginning like, hey, this book was like written 100 fucking years ago. There are some words in here that are no longer okay words. We recognize that, but we're not going to get rid of them. This is how it was written, thus this is how we're going to deliver it. Instead of just fucking revising it. I think that is an absolutely awful thing that is now becoming extremely commonplace. And I wanted to just rant about that a little bit and just, I don't know, it's just been grinding my gears because every couple of weeks now there's a new author that's the target of this, like, revision and revising, rewriting of their work because it's no longer modern sensitivity conscious. So, just wanted to talk about that. This whole subject is just so fucking ridiculous. We are actually not learning from anything throughout history. It's pretty baffling stuff. That's really about it. So, yeah.